Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading for September 21st to the rest of the end of the month. End of the month, okay? This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Leo, I do want to welcome you to the season finale of September 2025. It is the end of eclipse season, okay? So we're leaving that energy, but we are jumping right into the dawn of a new era. This is a big moment for you, Leo. This is a really, really big moment for you, and I want you to know how big of a moment this is. We're going to talk about it because the curtains are going up for you, right? Leo, it's you. You got the stage. You got the stage, yeah? But the curtains are also coming down, and I'm going to explain that in a second. But I want you to remember that prison portal, yeah, still in place. If you don't know what that is, it's just a rare grand trine that's happening that nobody on Earth has ever experienced in history. And so that's pushing us into this brand new era, brand new world, ushering us really fast. And all the outer planets are still retrograde, asking you to go within. And what's really happening is they're asking you to think about the last 2 years of your life, yeah, and do a little review now, because you're still going to be doing it throughout the winter. And I'm gonna tell you something that later too. It's gonna be really important, especially for you. Okay, but just know from this point forward, oh yeah, your life is going to radically change. Remember last week? Look at this. The same thing. Concentration of all these events and aspects and energy in the first few days, and then nothing for the rest of September. Okay, planetary wise, no aspects, nothing. It's quiet, but it's because this is really strong. You're going to feel this for a long time. I'm going to explain why. And yes, there is something that's happening in the last day. Wow. We'll talk about it. All right. Now, Sunday, September 21st, we do have the new moon partial solar eclipse in Virgo, 29 degrees, 4 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. Eclipses, as you know, are game changers, Leo. They're 100 times the power of a new moon. They bring enormous change to put you on the path that you need to be on, okay? And they're eclipses, so whether you like it or not, right? That's just eclipses. They're unpredictable. They can eclipse things from your life, all right? And know that it's a 6-month cycle. They're eclipses. Everything is cyclical, all right? So some things may happen right on the spot. Some things may have already happened. That's the power of eclipses. You may even feel this days before. Some of y'all may just see this roll out. Now, this is one of the most loaded and most complex eclipses I've seen in years. So I'm just going to bullet point the top level highlights. 1, it's 29 degrees. It's a critical degree, anaretic degree, and it is a culmination. It's a graduation. It's a turning point, as in endings. The South Node in Virgo. And so something's got to go with this eclipse for something new to come in, and therein lies the irony. It's a new moon solar eclipse, so something fresh, a new chapter, this door opening up for you, something waiting to be born. So the fact that it's all about endings and beginnings for this eclipse, it is like a death and rebirth moment, which you are going to see comes up a lot. 2, you already got a glimpse of what may be happening, okay, with the new moon in Virgo that happened at 0 degrees August 22nd. So you're already getting like a little glimpse, feeling a little bit of that energy. That was a build up, okay, building things up. You have definitely seen your life changing, daily routines, okay, or wanting them, daily routines, your day-to-day lifestyle, your work, health matters as well. That's all that Virgo energy. But remember, Virgo rules your second house of finances and money and salaries. So there is some energy there where you're going to be working with. And I think I told you that this eclipse axis, the Pisces Virgo axis, your 2 money houses. So money, wealth building, salary, new job, all of that. Wow. It's going to be a thing. Okay. 3, Saturn. Saturn, who is life lessons, remember, has moved back into Pisces retrograde September 1st. Therefore, the sun and the moon, this eclipse, will be opposite Saturn at 29 degrees in Pisces. This is an opposition. This is when Saturn comes out wearing his army jumpsuit with the hat and aviators, and he's in his role. He's got the clipboard and the whistle. All right. Saturn is going to make you go through this change his way. All right. Remember, he's authority. So, and that can be literal too. Father figure, boss. Okay. Army sergeant, whatever. Saturn is in Pisces again, your 8th house. The 8th house for you, Leo, is death and rebirth. Only you. Remember, the North Node is in your 8th house right now. You're going through change. You've been going through change all month. And you've been thinking about your legacy, wealth building, inheritance, investments, joint bank accounts, royalties, taxes, all of that, loans, all of that is going to be a thing. Okay? And Saturn will be the loan officer, the royalty giver, the inheritance maker, all of that. And again, the hard way. If need be, Saturn, you know, every Leo is different, okay? Everyone's going to have a different circumstance here, but it is Saturn who is restrictions and whatnot, but it's Saturn. So you have to work with him. I told you this. This eclipse is on the karmic note of fate. Saturn is karma. You do the math. There's a karmic lesson for you with this eclipse. And now if you pass Saturn's test, he rewards you. That's how karma works, right? But this requires discipline, and you are going to see that. A lot of y'all may be feeling it already. Now, 4, you have to release. It's non-negotiable at this point. Out with the old, in with the new. I've been saying that for months because that is part of the prism portal anyway. But now you really got to let go, okay? And when I say let go and release, patterns, habits, systems, structures that no longer serve you well, okay? Things that you just do not need anymore. You got to get rid of that BlackBerry. You got a Friendster profile. Why? We got to let things go. You can't hold on to things. This new world, this new era requires a new you. A new you. There are no ifs, ands, buts, what's, whys, who's. No, none of that. Because not only is eclipse on the South Node in Virgo, what did I say? Saturn is at 29 degrees Pisces. That is the very last degree and the very last sign of the zodiac. Endings for your new beginning. Out with the old, in with the new. 5. Remember what I said last week. It applies here too. Every single planet other than Jupiter, who's doing his own thing, every single planet in our solar system between 29 degrees and 2 degrees, either sitting on or passing through that 0 degree point. Reset. Yeah? 0 degrees. A new beginning. A new beginning. Okay? Big, big, big. So you do see you're on a path, right, to enlightenment on your karmic journey for this rocket ship of a new moon. This eclipse is one of the best, but it does come with a little bit of, we got to work for it. Okay? And you have to prepare for a major reset and death and rebirth moment. Caterpillar to butterfly. And again, it's in your second house of money. Who else is there? Venus. Remember, Venus is in Virgo. Venus, the planet of not only love and relationships, has left your sign and is now in Virgo. Venus is also money. Big focus on money for you. Okay? So please take that inspired action. And you want to just take inspired action every day, right? To take inspired action, by the way, you have to care, okay? You have to care about the direction you want to go and how you're going to contribute to the collective because, yes, that is now locked and loaded. You will start seeing humanity at play, not this side, that humanity, right? You're going to start seeing that. Virgo is all about service to others, and to be of service to others, it starts with self-love. So be kind to yourself because I've told you, Leo, the lower expressions of Virgo with this eclipse on the South Node in Virgo, that can be self-critical, hypercritical. It can be being really hard on yourself. It can be that perfectionist energy. I gotta be perfect. I gotta be perfect. We are all human beings. No one is perfect. Do not be hard on yourself because there's going to be a lot happening here. Okay? The other thing, there's another thing. Venus. Yeah? Relationships. So keep that in mind. The third thing. Second house is not only money, it's self-worth, it's self-value. So there is an element of something boosting your confidence at the same time of this eclipse, okay? And it's also material possession, so you could get something like a house, and I'll explain that in a second. Now, if you're a cross watcher, if you watch for rising your moon or for your husband, Jack, or your sister, best friend, your boss, whoever it is, mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, will feel this eclipse the most. I'm going to throw you in there, Leo. The sun is your ruler. Anyway, if you have any planets, and it doesn't matter, okay? If you have any planets, if you know your natal chart, if you know your birth chart, any planets between 27 to 1 degree in Virgo or Pisces, you're going to feel it the most. Remember, it is opposite Saturn in Pisces. Therefore, you got a planet in your birth chart, 28, 29 degrees in Pisces, it's going to be conjuncting Saturn. You're going to feel this. To give you reference, I am an Aquarius. I'm a Gemini rising. I'm also a Virgo moon at 29 degrees. So this new moon solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees is going to be on top of my moon, opposite Saturn. I will let you know how it goes. Okay? Now, the other thing is literally 12 hours later, Monday, September 22nd, Mars moves into Scorpio, and Mars is going to be here until November 4th. Mars rules Scorpio. This is his home. He has not been here for 2 years. There is literally a marching band waiting. They got a whole cooler of O'Douls. Like, Mars it's like Homer coming home. Yeah? It's the Odyssey, not Simpsons. It doesn't matter. It's Mars. He's happy. And this is intense. So buckle up, Leo. Buckle up. Remember what I said about home earlier? Mars and Scorpio rules your 4th house. Who's going to feel Mars and Scorpio the most, by the way? All the fixed signs. You. Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. So Scorpio rules your 4th house, home, family, the foundations of your life, your roots, your ancestry, parents, children, grandparents, all that, but also realtors, also like landlords, things like that. Yeah. And so the fact that we got Jupiter in Cancer that rules that, you're going to see some action here, because Mars in Scorpio, when I say intense, that's a good thing, because it brings you that drive, that ambition, that passion, that determination cranked up to a whole other level. Okay. So everything that I said for you about the home space, but also just relationships and intimacy and investments and gaining power as part of your transformation, that's ongoing. I said in your monthly forecast, you're going to feel driven like you haven't in years. Remember, Mars was in your sign, but Mars was also retrograde, and Mars was in Cancer where it didn't do well. Mars has had a journey this year where he was stuck for the first half. So he's happy now. And that's the thing. Mars in Scorpio is intense, so there are lower expressions. He can be very John Wick or Arya Stark in Scorpio, okay? No mercy, really loves holding a grudge, obsessions, things like that. So you want to lower, or not even, just use him wisely. Use this wisely. Remember, this is in the home sector. Home is where the heart is. You rule the heart. Anyway, 12 hours literally after that, we move into Libra season. Welcome to the Equinox. Yeah, happy fall. Happy spring if you're in the southern hemisphere. Now, this is the Equinox. Equal day, equal night, right? Hence, equinox, equilibrium, hence Libra, balance. Focus on balance, emotional, spiritual, moral. That's Libra energy, okay? And it's also, Libra rules your 3rd house. you're going to be signing some things. You're going to be signing some things. You're going to have a lot of conversations. Third house is communication. It looks like you're going to be doing a lot of things on social media. That's going to be really good for you. Third house is also, it is advertising and PR and marketing. It's building your brand. It's opening businesses. It's launching businesses. It's selling goods. Mercury rules the third house. Yeah. Mercury, messenger of the gods, but also the Mercury, the mercantile. So there's stuff happening for you, but also a lot more family energy is now brought in, like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and travel. Okay. You may be doing some travel, short distance trips. Now, for the next 4 weeks, you're going to see that there's a lot of activity here. You're going to feel driven too, and you're going to see a huge shift and emphasis on partnerships and relationships and marriage and love and contracts and peace and harmony, everything that Libra rules as well. And anything that I just mentioned, that focus that you have will have some intensity to it because Mars is in Scorpio. So use this. It's amazing. We love Mars in Scorpio. Just don't hold grudges. It's Libra. It's Libra's diplomacy and justice. Okay. So bear that in mind because you see Mars square Pluto. That's going to happen. That's strong. And Mars, he's already had 4 duels at this point. Okay. He's some other things. So as soon as Mars moves into Scorpio, that's when he actually starts squaring Pluto. So you start feeling the buildup. This is the big day. All right, we'll talk about that. But I just want you to recognize this whole cluster fax machine of concentrated energy right off the bat, the first few days. Okay, now Equinox. And please pay attention to this, Leo. This is hugely important. Equinox has always represented the beginning and the end of a harvest. Yeah. Ancient times. Everything's cyclical. Okay. This is happening at the same time of the eclipse and Mars moving into Scorpio, which represents death and rebirth. So right here, you not only have the entire solar system other than Jupiter hovering or passing through the 0-degree reset point, you have an eclipse, a new moon solar eclipse at 29 degrees on the south node, representing both endings and beginnings. You have the equinox that represents endings and beginnings. And now you have Mars in Scorpio that represents death and rebirth. And for you, your north node and Saturn and your 8th house of death and rebirth. So do you see? You are going to change. When I say you're going to have a brand new era, a brand new you, and it's non-negotiable, you see why, right? And all of these events are happening within 24 hours of each other. I hope you picked up on that. I drop you Easter eggs too and other things. I hope y'all pay attention. I know y'all take notes. All of them each 12 hours apart. And remember, equinox, equal day, equal night, 12 hours each. So notice the pattern of 12. Whoa, that is cosmic order. That is completion, harmony, but cycles. This is truly a wink from the universe. Your rebirth. Okay, so please, FTLOG, do not resist change. It is the only constant in this world other than my weekly videos. So stay true to your authentic self. Leo, you're really good at that while you build your new reality. This new era for you. Now, Tuesday, September 23rd, the sun will be opposite Neptune. We'll talk about that. I want you to know that Sun is still opposite Saturn. Remember, these oppositions are strong. You feel it days before, days after. The Sun will also trine Uranus and Pluto. That's amazing. You're going to love that. That's humongously amazing. I'm going to tell you something there. But first, the Sun opposite Neptune. Let's talk about that. Are you being real with yourself? Easy peasy. That's the takeaway, okay? We don't even have to get into it. You already went through Mercury opposite Neptune. There's been some fog. Who do you trust? Yeah? Media even is involved here. Yeah? Neptune, yes. And Neptune's also like illusion, delusion, deception, fantasy, wishful thinking. Yeah? The lower expressions when Neptune is retrograde in an opposition with the sun. So 2 things for you here. Be honest with yourself. Do you only see the good in something and not the full picture, right? In the circumstances that you're in, you've got to be honest with yourself. Neptune can bring that fog. So tap into your spiritual warrior. This can be very Alice in Wonderland. Yeah? 2, there likely will be something that tests you spiritually, mentally. It's activating your 3rd and 9th. And something that has to do with travel. Are you planning a trip to Mars? Do you think that's going to work out? You got to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. This is, Saturn is reality checks, still conjuncting Neptune. So that's great. But Neptune he's had a lot of, he went to the dentist and got that thing that makes him, all right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Oh, the other thing, education, right? There's something here about the way that you're seeing things. Something's going to shift because out of all the signs, this opposition is hitting your 9th, your physical mind and your higher mind. So there's something you really have to think about. Okay. Now, the sun, trine Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. You, Leo, are, I would have to say, out of all the signs, like, you're the one that's really going to benefit here, okay? Well, obviously, Uranus and Libra, and I'm sorry, you're Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, all the air signs, but you have this grand air trine, literally 24 hours exact, by the way, after the equinox. So what is this? This is your breakthrough, yeah? Especially with all these air signs, communication, thought, ideas, network. Be social. You're good at that. Okay. You never know what doors can open. You got Uranus here. Uranus is the unexpected and surprises. And as you know, Uranus in Gemini, that's your 11th house, your social network, your support system, benefactors, allies, your squad, communities, your Facebook group on cat tattoos, whatever. But this is big because Uranus trine Pluto is all about your breakthrough. And Pluto, by the way, so you know, what's happening here is all about innovation, revolution, evolution, transformation, communication. You're going to experience all that. And I want you to use this air trine to your advantage. You have to put in the work. However, Pluto is in your 7th house. As you know, that is Libra's home. And so the fact that you do have the North Node and Saturn in your 8th, you have a lot that has to do with partnerships, relationships, love, marriage, contracts, your relationship with your tattooist. Doesn't matter, one-on-one relationships. That is a big theme happening for you right now, especially with this air trine. Don't forget what I said last week. Pluto is out of bounds. He's outside his ecliptic south side, okay? Which is rare. It doesn't happen again for thousands of years. And what does this even mean? Pluto, the planet of power and transformation, he's a little bit more extreme. He's like a kid with a bottle of chocolate syrup. He's going to do things because he's unsupervised in your 7th house of relationships and marriage and love. So you can use this. This is, again, your breakthrough. It's your transformation. But do you see the big picture here? Uranus trine Pluto, it's part of the prison portal. We're going to experience for years. I told you there's peaks of it. This is the first time that Uranus and Pluto, in a very auspicious alignment, a trine that works in your favor, this is the closest they've been. The closest they've been since they got together. You're really going to feel it. So what's happening in the backdrop, just actually, they're the headline act. And again, they both bring change and transformation. And this is potent AF. So you're going to be very social, and there's going to be emphasis on partnerships, relationships, also your future hopes and wishes and long-term goals and dreams. There's something here about your future that you are going to really have emphasis on. So this is your big break. Use it. Okay. What else can I tell you? The other thing is September 24th, we're here. Okay. Mars and Scorpio, square Pluto. Please pay attention to this, because who's going to be affected the most? Well, it'll be the fixed signs. It'll be Mars and Scorpio, Pluto and Aquarius, and then Taurus and Leo. Okay. This, out of the trillions of aspects in astrology, Mars square Pluto, the two most powerful planets, yeah? Not seeing eye to eye in a square, one of the top 10 most challenging aspects. And that's why I really want you to pay attention, because I just said out of all the signs, right? So they're tangled up with the Uranus-Pluto trine. When you see what's happening, when you zoom out here, when I see what's happening for you, Leo, when I talked about your breakthrough that you're going to have, especially with relationships, contracts, and even like your future dreams and goals, well, there may be a little bit of breaking things down to have your breakthrough. Now, this aspect, Mars square Pluto, has a kick, ghost pepper kick, but it's a little bit stronger now because the moon will happen to be in Scorpio. And if you're a subscriber, you know I've talked about the moon in Scorpio that has an intensity on its own. You experience it once a month, okay? For a day or two, sometimes twice. What I'm trying to say is that this is actually the moon conjunct Mars in Scorpio square Pluto and Aquarius. So this is a big deal because it brings in that home sector. Remember, the moon rules Cancer. The moon is all about emotions, feelings, love, emotions, and home. So when you got Mars here in a square, yeah, just know that things may be emotionally amped up with the moon involved. Mars is the warrior god. Pluto is the ruler of the underworld. And remember, he's out of bounds. He's wild. They're about to West Side Story. You could sell tickets to this show. This is emotional extremity. This is manipulation. This is power struggles. You're going to feel a little bit of a squeeze in the home sector. It can be a parent, especially with Saturn at play. It can be a child. It can be, again, your landlord. They're just maybe not seeing eye to eye. But when you do the math, it will likely be a significant other or a partner, okay? Or contractor to the home, or just something with home and partnerships and contracts, okay? So one last thing, Leo, is that we're talking about Pluto. Pluto is, or what did I say, ruler of the underworld. He's all about what's beneath the surface. He's very psychological, okay? And Pluto, again, in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, Mars being aggressive, poking the bear. There's going to be things that come to the surface. All right? It may be you. It may be a partner, business partner, love, marriage, something about a contract. Something's coming to the surface. Okay? And if you have some built up energy, if you've been holding something in for some time, this is when it will likely come out, because this is the outlet. All right? So remember, this is going to be a little bit of a squeeze. It is a challenging aspect. You can use these aspects, by the way, but just remember this. It is very, oh, no, you didn't type of energy. Okay. Arya Stark. Yep. Stay frosty. Be cool. Be more like Jon Snow. Okay. Use this. Be more Jon Snow. That spiritual warrior. Be more like his sidekick. Julian or whatever, the one that read all the books. He lived too. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. You're going to be fine. Now, when I say you can use this, it's Pluto and Mars. Mars is physicality, Pluto's power. You channel this energy constructively, productively, physically, okay? Do some kickboxing. Go play some soccer or hockey, all right? Plant some things in your garden. Just be physically exertive. That's what's going to help, because things are going to build up with this on top. Yeah. So Have your transformation diplomatically and always be the best version of yourself. Vibrate at that high frequency. And like I said, in your monthly forecast, we're always the same person, but every moment we have is unrepeatable. Every single moment. You always want to be in the now, in the present, and have that awareness. That's how you connect with your authentic self and see through your true lens, okay? For the world you want to live in. Yeah? Everything. You're on a karmic journey. Everything has ripple effects. So be the best version. Oh, yeah. You want to talk about this? Remember, everything is energy. That's what astrology is. It's the planets and their connections that they have with each other, their alignments, that creates energy, and it affects us here on Earth. This includes the planetoids, the asteroids, the fixed stars, literally everything in our solar system. Now, if you've been watching the news, you heard about that comet, Three-Eye Atlas, the interstellar object heading toward us. Yeah? With a lot of different experts saying a lot of different things about it. There's our Neptunian energy, by the way. But here's the thing. Whatever it is, and I've talked about this on Great Awakener, whatever it is, because I know what it is, whatever it is, at this point, it will be in the Libra constellation, and it's just days away from conjuncting Mars. We've never experienced it. I told you, with the prison portal, we're going to experience things we've never experienced in our lifetime, nor has anybody living on this planet. So, buckle up. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. And listen, when I say conjunction, it's really just going to pass near it. But again, that's energy. That's energy. And yeah, thank you for everyone who signed up for Great Awakener. And it is the founding member sale is still going on. I know that I haven't. And that's the other thing. I want to thank you all. If you're a subscriber, you know I've been going through some major health issues. And that's why your videos have been a little bit later than normal. And then I've had Ruby. She's going to have her treatment soon. She's been going through health issues as well. And so on top of that, working with this, so things have been a little, so thank you, because I receive your comments. I'm about to cry. Okay, let's just get started. Thank you so much. Thanks for your patience. Okay, I gotta edit this video now. Let me just get out of it. Thank you for your patience, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so Leah, I don't even know if you can see me. I'm working on this new system because remember, I have Uranus on my ascendant, my computer. There's something going on. Okay, so anyway, Leah, let's get started. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what's going on for you for the rest of September. Leo, come on, don't do that to me. No, you can. Leo, I do a traditional cult cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Leo, you know I love y'all. Y'all, you're going to go through some, what I was going to tell you I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something later. Okay, I'll tell you something later. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on. You're good. Don't. Yeah, you almost made me say the. You get Will Ferrell. Okay, so you're what the. Okay. High Priestess. Do it. What I say in the beginning, right? All the planets retrograde. And Jupiter, remember, the one planet that's not at the 0 degree point, Jupiter in Cancer, that's your 12th house anyway, which is spirituality, it's intuition, it's healing, it's everything that the High Priestess is associated with the moon. As we know, the moon rules Cancer. right? Where you have Jupiter. So I love this alignment. This is you becoming that spiritual warrior, trusting your inner voice, listening to your inner voice, and going deep. She is the guardian of the subconscious. You can go really deep because Jupiter is protecting you too. So anything, remember when I said releasing old patterns, habits, you gotta, some of it, some things that you've been doing for years, it could be like, okay, let me really think about why this started and why am I got it. Like, okay, leaving it in the past. All right. Because one thing that you're going to experience, Leo, and you're probably experiencing it now, a lot of things that used to work just normally, right? Just everything was fine. You're probably starting to experience, okay, it's not working the same way that it used to. That is everything that's happening right now, saying you have to build this new world for this new you. This is helpful. You got the high priestess on your side right off the bat. And then you can just go do your thing. Go get what you want. This is nothing's holding him back. Look at all that fire coming out of his helmet. He's not even touching the ground. You're good. It's in the heart of your spread. Go get it. Go get. It's wands. It's a spirit of fire. You're a fire sign. This is amazing. Okay. This is ambition. Again, your passions, a lot of creative energy. This is just inspired energy. And what I said, y'all gotta be traveling. Y'all gotta be traveling. Do it. Travel's a force of good. But this is you, unstoppable. Okay. Going after everything that you want. Nothing's in your way and you're not turning back now. You do have that 7 of Cups. I don't mind it. It's in your challenge area. I don't mind it. Two things here. A, you're coming out of a place of illusion and delusion and confusion. Like, what do I want? What's real? You're going to know this week. Look at what's out. You're going to know. Look at all this physicality. Look at all this drive. Like, you're going to know. So you're coming out of a place where you didn't know. Secondly, someone on your journey in your life, you got to bring them out of it. They're still stuck. They're still stuck in like, oh, but should we do this? Or is this you know what I mean? Like, nope. You got to pull them out of that frequency. Okay. You're vibrating at 11. You're good. You got the 10 of Pentacles in your crown. What did I say about legacy? What did I say? You're getting there. You're getting there. That's all you want. Remember, I said you got a lot of home and family stuff. You see the 3 generations of family here. I said you got the North Node and Saturn in your 8th house. 8th house, what did I say that was? Inheritance. This card highly associated with inheritance. Your parents coming up to you and saying, hey, Joanne, we're going to give up the fishing business we got selling worms. You got it now because we're retiring. You inherited the fishing store, okay? $50 million a year. There's your new journey. But anyway, this is great. You see the harvest still here. This is just you thinking about your physical world. Like I said, Venus is in your 2nd house too. It's not just, this eclipse in your 2nd house, which what did I say is your physical world? It's material possessions as well. There's something you literally want physically. Okay. So, but with that comes all that joy and happiness and success and legacy. Like I said, have it. You can have whatever you want. You got the biggest sword in the deck. The Ace of Swords, new beginnings, new way of thinking, breakthrough, mental breakthrough. You're having it. You see the crown here? This is victory. This is success. You made it too. Something new. Brand new journey. What did I say about your 3rd house activated? Libra season with that grand there you go. There you go. You're going to have some big breakthroughs with Uranus trine Pluto as part of that air trine with Libra, with the sun in Libra. There it is. There it is. Nothing. You're unstoppable. You got the 9 of Pentacles. You're passing Saturn's test with ease. You're finishing his test in 5 minutes. You're giving him your report. You're getting A+. What? And you're handing in extra credit at the same time. Amazing. Okay. So there is a sense of, yes, I earned my spot here. I worked hard to get here, to a place where I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to stress about all that other stuff. There is a sense of self-sufficiency and independence and freedom. And look at her wearing a gown with the symbol of Venus. Venus in Virgo. Yes. This card is attributed to Venus in Virgo, and you have Venus in Virgo in your second house of money. Look at all those pentacles. Like, you're on your way. You're on your way. What did I say about wealth building? You're on your way. Okay. You got a lot to look forward to, but that's not, there's enlightenment here. There's love here. There's everything, but it's abundance, and it's being proud of yourself for working hard to get to this point. Let's get to your stuff. Leo, y'all. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I'm looking at the time. It's 12:18. You're my last reading for this week. I started with Virgo because of the eclipse in Virgo. So hopefully these videos go up by 1 p.m. if you see this. Friday, September 19th. All right. So what did I say? Did I say my lines? If you like this reading, yeah, like, share, all that stuff. But leave comments. I want to know. And I'm going to tell you something about career. I got to tell you, let's just keep going. Yeah. Don't even. I'm gonna give you a crystal drop. No, okay, I'll give you a mic drop too. You are this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Judgment. That makes sense. Yeah. Spiritual awakening. You have this wake up call. What I say, when you get out of that Neptunian fog, you got Saturn conjuncting Neptune anyway in your 9th house of spirituality. You got Jupiter and Cancer protecting you, expanding your consciousness at the same time Uranus and Gemini is. And I say that because that is your 12th house. Jupiter and Cancer is your 12th house. Okay. And that is very spiritual. It's healing energy. Yeah. There you go. You got an archangel here blowing the trumpet. You hearing the sound of the trumpet. The wake-up call. Have it. Have your breakthrough. Remember, I said you, out of all the signs, there's going to be this physical mind, higher mind, the merging of the two. You're good. And you see that here with the Ace of Swords and the Judgment. Yeah. What I say about partnerships and relationships. There's something brewing for you. You see this. Yeah? Like I said, this is an amazing eclipse. It just requires some work, right? This is amazing. 2 of Cups. There you go. This is true love. It's romance, but it can be platonic, business partners. However it is, it's the beginning of something really exciting, long lasting. You see the winged lion, by the way, all that passion. What I say about Mars and Scorpio. Yeah. Anyway, you're good. There's just everything here it's in your external factors area. Remember, be social, go network. It could even be a new contract. Yeah. It could also be if you're in a current relationship, there may be some reset to that. There's so much happening for you here. But you see, it's so, look across your cross. Look down your cross. This is one of your best readings ever. Look how auspicious that is. Now, the devil. Wherefore I'm getting rid of the old. I'm getting rid of the things that no longer serve me well. I'm getting rid of the things that are toxic for me. I'm leaving a job where I have a toxic boss. I'm leaving a relationship where I feel like there's codependency. I'm everything that the devil stands for. Yeah. Where it falls here, you don't want to fall into that trap. Okay. You don't. And you want to leave it all behind. And then lastly, there you go. 5 of Swords. There's your Mars square Pluto moment, by the way. Ironically, 5 of Swords is an Aquarius card. Remember, Pluto is an Aquarius. So this could be, remember, Aquarius is like, humanity, the masses, friendships, even social media may be a thing here with Uranus and Gemini for you in your 11th. But then also we're in Libra season. So yeah, there may be something here with social media. It could be like even trolls could be your Mars square Pluto moment. Every Leo is different. But remember, self-worth, self-value, that is a big part of this eclipse in Virgo that rules your second house, okay? This card is ultimately, it's all about self-respect, self-dignity. Can I see eye to eye with others? I know I got a sharp tongue. I know things are coming to the surface, and maybe something has been said and I've heard and I didn't like it and I was reactive and not responsive. Whatever it is, remember, everything has ripple effects. You're on a karmic journey. So yeah, there may be a little bit of, but at the same time, just work with that energy. You're going to be fine. I'll clarify that for you too. It really is like, there may be something here we're just seeing where you're not seeing. There you go. So you're going to be fine. Again, just work with that energy. You're going to be fine. Vibrate at that high frequency. You're invincible then. Four of Wands. You got a lot to celebrate. You got a lot to look forward to. This is one of your best readings. This is one of your best readings because it's this experience, right? It's how you handle this experience, swords, the mental suit, communication as well. It's how, and Mars square Pluto, it's how you handle this experience that brings this. Yeah. So the Four of Wands is a card of hurrah. It's huzzah. That's what it is. And remember, I said you have a lot of stuff happening in marriage and partnerships, but also work, like getting your dream job, launching a business, and home. There's a lot of associated with the domestic sector here, but there's a freeness here. They're outside the castle. You're good. You're good. This is one of your, and again, remember, that's what shapes you. They just handled that well. Look at this. Look at this. You want to take a screenshot? There you go. There you go. Well, I'll move my glasses. This is amazing. So, Leo, that's going to be your title. You want to take a screenshot? Actually, yeah, that's going to be your title. So, Leo, if you like this reading, it would be great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. You are, by the way, next month, next week, we're going to do October. We got to talk, okay? We got to talk. And yeah, second spread. We will do spread just on the eclipse. We're going to isolate it. The new moon solar eclipse. I told you see how loaded it is. All right. So we're going to unpack here and do a spread just on the eclipse in your second house of money. Okay. And self-worth and self-value and material possessions. Yeah. So tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. Oh, we have a lot of fun. Okay. So Leo, thanks so much. And if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and I will see you next week. Oh, the thing I was going to, okay, I'm going to say in the second spread, or next week. Okay.